Lion Ghana Limited rejects findings by the Auditor General regarding its sanitation and vector control services during the 13th All African Games, describing the claims as untrue and a misrepresentation of facts. Also coming up this afternoon, residents living along the Wager Dam advised to evacuate immediately as the Ghana Water Limited opens spill gates to release excess water. Back home to safety. On Good Afternoon Ghana, we will be speaking to one of the victims of the xenophobic attacks in South Africa to find out more about their ordeal and what's next. All of this and more coming up shortly. Please stay with us. Appreciate your time this afternoon. My name again is Helena Nyeweja, and we start from here. Waste management firm Zoom Lion Ghana Limited has strongly rejected findings by the Auditor General regarding its sanitation and vector control services during the 13th All African Games, describing the claims as untrue and a misrepresentation of facts. In a press statement issued Thursday, the company said the allegations of duplicated labor charges, undefined service cost heads, and lack of itemized billing failed to reflect the operational realities of the contracts executed during the Games.
There were no duplication of charges, explaining that vector control services and janitorial services were executed under separate contracts. According to the company, vector control involved activities such as mosquito fogging and pest management, while janitorial services covered daily cleaning, waste evacuation, and maintenance of sanitation facilities. The company noted that although labor costs appeared in both invoices, they related to different teams performing distinct functions and therefore do not constitute duplication. Addressing concerns about vague service descriptions, Zoomlion stated that all services were clearly defined in contract and service level agreements. These included over 30 specific tasks such as waste bin management, mechanical sweeping, provision of sanitary materials, medical waste treatment, and water supply services. Zoomlion further maintained that all relevant documentation, including invoices, contracts, and operational logs, were made available to the Auditor General and the Ministry of Sport at the time of review. The company said the Auditor General had sufficient opportunity to scrutinize the records before issuing the reports. The company revealed that it deployed a wide range of equipment and personnel across 4 major venues: the Accra Sports Stadium, Boteman Sports Complex, Achimota Cricket Oval, and Bukum Boxing Arena. Over 350 personnel were reportedly trained ahead of the Games, with services running continuously for 31 days from March 1 to April 1, 2024. Zoomlion added that operations contributed to improved sanitation and no disease outbreaks were recorded during the event. In conclusion, Zoomlion reaffirmed its position, stating that it operates with integrity and professionalism and fully stands by its work during the African Games. The company is urging the public to disregard the Auditor General's findings, insisting that all processes followed were transparent and in line with contractual obligations.
Now, away from that, residents living along the downstream course of the Wager River have been strongly advised to evacuate from flood-prone and low-lying areas immediately. The directive, according to the Ghana Water Limited, is necessary to safeguard lives and property as water discharge continues. There's more in the following report.
The Ghana Water Limited announced the controlled spillage of excess water from the Wager Dam following a rise in water levels beyond its maximum operating threshold. According to a statement issued by the management of the company, the dam has exceeded its safe operating level of 48 feet, necessitating the opening of all spill gates to release excess water. The move, officials say, is to protect the structural integrity of the dam and ensure public safety. The spillage forms part of routine measures undertaken during the rainy season whenever water levels rise above 45 feet. Authorities explain that the exercise is critical to preventing undue pressure on the dam, which could otherwise lead to catastrophic consequences. The decision also follows forecasts by the Ghana Meteorological Agency indicating heavy rainfall upstream. This is expected to increase inflows into the dam, meaning the spillage could continue for several weeks or even months depending on rainfall intensity and water volumes. Meanwhile, the National Disaster Management Organization, in collaboration with various district assemblies, has begun preparations to clear structures and obstructions that could impede the free flow of water into the sea. Authorities say these measures are crucial in reducing the risk of flooding in affected communities. Ghana Water Company Limited has reiterated its commitment to maintaining the safety of the dam while urging the public to comply with all emergency directives issued by relevant institutions. Residents are encouraged to remain vigilant and cooperate fully with emergency response teams as the situation develops.
More social story this afternoon as a tragic mining disaster has claimed the lives of 4 suspected illegal miners at Komunye mine in Kwanta in the Amansie Central District of the Ashanti region. The incident occurred on Wednesday, 27 May, when a Galamsey pit reportedly caved in while the miners were working underground. According to reports, residents in the area raised alarm after the collapse, prompting a swift response from security personnel and emergency responders. Rescue efforts were immediately initiated at the illegal mining site as authorities worked to retrieve victims trapped beneath the debris. After hours of operations, all 4 bodies were successfully recovered from the collapsed pit. The deceased have since been transported to the morgue of the Jakubu Government Hospital pending identification and further investigations. The latest incident has once again highlighted the growing dangers associated with illegal mining activities, commonly known as Galamsey, which continue to pose serious threats to human lives and the environment across parts of the country. Now, environmental NGO Eco Conscious Citizens is calling on President John Dramani Mahama to reconsider the reassignments of Colonel Bois from the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat. Now, the group say the 9 months under the Colonel Bois leadership has made significant gains in the fight against illegal mining despite operational challenges and alleged interference. Now, according to them, the reassignment could undermine progress made in the anti-Galamsey fight and working efforts to protect vulnerable communities. The statements reference operations in Atronso, where Nimbus allegedly removed excavators and arrested illegal miners to protect the community's main water source. The groups also expressed concern over renewed activities by the illegal miners in the area and ongoing prosecution of the Atronso 5, who are accused of damaging excavators charges they deny. They are therefore appealing to the president to reverse the reassignment and reaffirm government's commitment to combating illegal mining. Now, away from that, we're heading straight to Mecca. Now, the Pilgrims Affairs Office of Ghana has confirmed the death of a Ghanaian prospective pilgrim, Musa Sidi, aged 53, who collapsed while performing the sacred ritual of Tawaf at the Grand Mosque in Mecca and passed away shortly afterwards. According to the office, the deceased collapsed at the Haram during Tawaf. the ritualistic art of walking in a circular path around the Kaaba, a central rite of the Hajj pilgrimage. He died shortly after the incident. The bereaved family has been duly informed of his demise. Now, the body is being prepared for Janazah prayers, which are scheduled to take place after Juma prayers, following which interments will be conducted in accordance with Islamic tradition. The Pilgrims Affairs Office of Ghana noted that passing away while performing tawaf is considered a profound blessing and a sign of a beautiful ending for a blessed Muslim. The office extended its deepest condolences to his immediate family, sympathizers, and loved ones, praying that Allah forgives his shortcomings and grant him Jannatul Firdaus, the highest level of paradise. We have been joined via Zoom by Haruna Mohammed, the Deputy Director of Communication of the Pilgrims Affairs Office of Ghana. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, if you are able to hear me. Kindly unmute yourself. Right. Good afternoon to you. Now,
yes, good afternoon.
Great. We are able to hear you clearly. Now, first of all, tell us the number of Ghanaians. Okay, so we are facing some issues there, but we are able to hear you clearly now. Now, if you're able to tell us the number of Ghanaians who embarked on this pilgrimage.
Yes, good afternoon to you and our cherished viewers this afternoon. I am speaking on behalf of the Hajj Board. I'm here in Mina currently. I can convincingly confirm that we have 3 dead so far.
Okay. You are saying that 3 are dead so far, but how many were able to engage in the pilgrimage? We would like to know the number.
Please come again.
Okay, so kindly, before we go ahead, kindly mute everything around you except your mic.
Just hold on.
Okay. Great. So, tell us the number of people that embarked on the pilgrimage.
Mute. Get the noise muted simply because of the environment. However, I can tell you that the number of pilgrims we brought so far is over. Hold on, let me get away from here. The number of pilgrims we have brought to Mecca so far is over 6,000. And out of the 6,000, we are unfortunate to have lost 3 of our pilgrims. One was doing the tawaf, which is one of the rituals, the beginning of the rituals. And then, unfortunately, he couldn't get to perform the Hajj. However, the other one, the second death, was recorded at where everyone would have to perform Hajj and would have to be confirmed as Al-Hajj, that is Arafah. So unfortunately, after performing Arafah in the process, he also lost his life. Then after the Arafah, we were passed back to Mina, where the rituals continue, and that's the final rituals before we get back to Makkah. Unfortunately, she also lost her life last night. That's what I confirmed to you.
Okay, now, what can you tell us about their conditions? I mean, you said you have about 600,000 people there. Tell us about their condition at the moment.
Point of correction, I said 6,000, not 600,000.
6,000 people.
Yes, and like,
right.
yes,
so
over 6,000. Yes, I mean over 6,000.
So now
yes,
over 6,000
and I can tell
people,
you for a fact.
We would like to know their condition at this very moment.
Alhamdulillah, everybody here is safe and everybody is well catered for, and nobody, we are not encountering any challenges in that regards as far as their health condition is concerned. Like I indicated to you earlier on, this is a spiritual journey. Whether the person was here or in Ghana, whatever ordained is ordained, and the person would have been called back to the Maker. For which reason, I can tell you that all this death is naturally caused. There were no casualties in this pilgrimage where someone is, having challenges with his or her health conditions. For which reason, I can tell you for a fact that everybody here is safe and everybody here is going about his or her normal spiritual journey.
We've recorded 3 deaths as of now. Tell us, is it normal to experience that?
Yes, of course, like I indicated, it is normal in every Hajj activities. People who are ordained to die in the process of worshiping is ordained to do so. And like I indicated, it is not in our purview. A person who is supposed to die at what time and at what day. And so the person who or the disease was, ordained to have been called back to his Maker anywhere he or she found himself or herself. And that is what exactly happened. Yes.
Okay, now as part of the requirements, do you verify the health status of prospective pilgrims?
Yes, indeed. This year we had a mandatory medical screening, which everybody was trained to know your physical ability, one, to know your mental stability, and then also your health conditions. This was to know every pilgrim medical condition before embarking on this pilgrimage, which indeed we did do so without any challenges. And everybody here, one way or the other, who has chronic disease, who has underlying conditions, for which reason, if anybody made it here, was qualified to do so. And so we are monitoring everybody, that if you are here with, if you are hypertensive, you are being monitored daily. If you have any other chronic diseases that is mandated or that was qualified you to be here, means that we know your health status. For which reason, the medical team led by Dr. Tanko is always on top of his job, monitoring whoever is here with other chronic or other, diseases that would need attention.
Okay, so those who have lost their lives so far, can you verify if their health status were okay at the time of leaving?
Like I indicated, their health status was okay. If your health status was not okay, first of all, you would have been disqualified. And
okay.
Everybody who came here was qualified to do so. Yes, so anyone who, could not make it means that the health conditions did not meet the requirement. And anybody, like I indicated, whoever lost their life was not as a result of the chronic disease or whatever. It happened for a reason that every one of us shall be responding to our Maker at any given time.
Okay. Before you go, your final words this afternoon.
Yes, I want to thank Metro TV for following up to knowing whatever Ghanaian pilgrim is going on here. And then our cherished viewers for the patience. We want to assure everyone in Ghana that whatever is happening here is under control. There's no panic. Everybody for their normal duties, performing the spiritual activities. And tomorrow is the final day in the 10th city. We shall, evacuate everybody back to Mecca, where the process of getting back to Ghana will start. Thank you so much for having me and the opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much for your time as well this afternoon. That was Haruna Mohammed, Deputy Director of the Communication Pilgrims Affairs Office of Ghana. Now, away from that, the Electricity Company of Ghana has upgraded and replaced transformers at the Akwetia substation as part of efforts to improve power supply and ensure stable electricity delivery to residents and businesses in the area. The project is expected to enhance network reliability, reduce power interruptions, and improve service quality in Akwetia and its surrounding communities.
Speaking to the media, the ECG General Manager for the Eastern Regional Office said the Electricity Company of Ghana has upgraded and replaced transformers at the Akutia substation from 10 by 13 MVA to 20 by 26 MVA as part of efforts to improve power supply and ensure stable electricity delivery to residents and businesses in the area. He explained that the project is expected to enhance network reliability, reduce power interruptions, and improve service quality in Akutia and its surrounding communities.
Okay, baby, away Akutia box supply point. Na normally no box supply point baby yen electricity a power free grid. Na ya chichama communities na wo enclave we na your transformer a day power no come yen customers but transformer na wo ha no na ni rating ye 10-13 MVA ba ya yema intino ye di ye ne mpanimfo enkran kasa ye no mama ye 2026 na je say ya double capacity na wo Akwatia no say omo customer population e kwa anim load no so kwa anim enze se tenase emma sabi transformer ne je no ho ansa na ya pebi e de abesha na mti ECG amayen 2026 MVA and na ya DBC ho na raise at least capacity of this substation to 30 and about 39 MVA intino ni aye yaduma ye na nabi ye no hia ye ho betire ye pa intino ye mpese ye tenase ye hwe han na hye ansa na akope bi abehye anem ma ye nyen enhye ye dibi ebe ka ho ama yetimi a sustain load na wa ha ni maintain and transformers no so from possible damage the butanti a yepese ye adwuma yi ntem no se be ya sabu amanfo hwe omo ball ana amanfo edi dwa ball dream no na omo ni kanea yempese esi ye ECG pese etu ye nan esi program na ni ye beko ansa na program na ba eno adwuma na edi ni nam.
According to him, the upgrade forms part of the company's ongoing commitment to strengthening the power distribution network and meeting the growing electricity demand within the region. Residents and business owners in Akutia and other close-by towns are expected to benefit from improved voltage stability and a more reliable electricity supply following the completion of the transformer upgrade at Akutia.
And we've gotten the report that the 10 MVA transformer here is getting overloaded, and so we've had the approval to install additional transformer, which is 2026, in addition to the existing 10-13 MVA transformer. As we can see, the work is currently ongoing. The crane is here to position the transformer, and we are hopeful by 5th of June, the new transformer will be commissioned to supply our customers within the Akutia catchment areas. So why are we doing this project? We are doing this project that's to increase capacity, to improve efficiency and feasibility in the system, so that in the event of any fault, where we have a fault on any of the transformers, we can switch the load from one transformer to the other without putting the customers off. So it's just a means of creating feasibility in the system. And it's a nationwide project that we are doing. From here, we'll move to other parts of the country. The day that we will experience outage will be the last day of the connection. Today, for example, we're supposed to put off power to be able to do this because of the movement of the train. But looking at the situation, we've realized that we can do it without any power outage. So as we are here now, there is no outage to any customer. We will continue to do this work without any outage until the last day that we are ready to connect into the system that customers will experience the outage. And that will be announced to the customers so that they will be well informed that this day power will go off in the catchment area to enable us to connect power to the new transformer. So maximum of 1 week, we should be able to finish this project.
ECG General Manager for Accra Substation, who is in charge of the project, said the 10 by 13 MVA transformer became overloaded, making it necessary to install an additional 20 by 26 MVA transformer. He explained that the project forms part of a national initiative aimed at improving power supply across the country, and added that the installation works are expected to be completed within a week. The engineer further assured customers of ECG's commitment to providing efficient and reliable power services while carrying out infrastructure improvements projects nationwide.
From that, as part of efforts to promote environmental cleanliness and improve sanitation practices, the Tano North Municipal Assembly, led by the Municipal Chief Executive, Pius Opoku, organized a massive cleanup exercise at Techere in the Ahafo region. Now, the exercise formed part of the government's campaign towards sustainable environmental sanitation and healthy living among residents.
Cleanup exercise attracted a large number of residents, assembly staff, students, community groups, and stakeholders who joined hands to clear choked gutters, sweep the streets, and collect waste from various parts of the community. The Municipal Chief Executive Pius Opoku during the exercise warned that individuals who violate sanitation laws by engaging in indiscriminate dumping of refuse will face punishment. He called on residents to prioritize sanitation in their communities to help prevent avoidable diseases caused by poor environmental practices.
Clean up exercise. I will touch you. I come up now the American say and yet clean up exercise no kwa and the artista I will turn on off. You galam na no some bekaya the nearest regional security council and Musa Eka boom Ebeche galam says and so chamu watano na. The
MCE also stressed that illegal mining activities, also known as galamsey, have been banned in the municipality and assured that anyone found engaging in such unlawful acts would be arrested and prosecuted. Addressing the media, the Municipal Environmental Analyst Officer explained that the exercise forms part of the municipality's 4th Sanitation Day campaign, with Techere selected as the host community. According to her, the theme for the exercise was a clean community, a responsibility as community members. She noted that the assembly carried out 2 weeks of public sensitization ahead of the exercise. She disclosed that although only a few residents arrived early in the morning, there was massive turnout by 7:30 a.m. involving both the young and the aged, students, Zoomline workers, assembly staff, farmer associations, and various community stakeholders. She added that about 6 to 7 media houses were also present to support the campaign.
We are experiencing our 4th Sanitation Day activity, of which Techere community has been selected for this program. And our theme for today is a clean community, our responsibilities as community members. So by 6:30, we are here to promise with the honor of our honorable MC Pius Opoku, and also with Nanam from Techere, the elders. They were all here. But before then, we started with publicity, of which 2 weeks, because you need to sensitize the community on the upcoming cleanup exercise.
Chief of Techere, Otumfuo Bimponghene, Dr. Akwajiman, expressed appreciation to residents for the massive turnout and commitment shown during the exercise. He commended the Municipal Assembly for the initiative and encouraged authorities to ensure that all collected waste is evacuated promptly to the final disposal site.
When you made the strong, me and Casa Mijana with the Ajaminsem. And a man suit the say a bayesa and then you made the or my idea manaya kama pa brano baby out TV say well who says so give me yeah train say MC and fa domra say ye meye na yesi krum ansa na yaye we waboy kokko waboy enkai ya me say ye tebre no say ye debre bia.
The chief also cautioned residents against dumping household waste indiscriminately into public bins provided by the assembly.
ono so ye mu yie nti ya so ye mfani nua agro tachi wo nhene so ye mfani nua agro tachi kuro mu enso na memene da pa se de e wosenke ye wo ye fom a ye fu dwuma enso so no ye wo mu a ye de ye sampuntu dwuma nyina ye ahosiesie nti se mu hu ye se ya aya ahosiesie de fa kuro mu de megidi se eye pa se da bia kuro mu tia aya homoka e makuro nso ye den e hye nkunan.
Some participants praised the MCE, chiefs and the assembly for organizing the exercise and called for regular clean-up activities to maintain cleanliness and improve.
Social story this afternoon, hundreds of Muslims within the Ghana North municipality joined the chief of the Fise community in the Amasaman community to observe this year's Eid-al-Adha festival prayers. Now, Deputy Chief Imam of the community, Yakubu Tamim Froko, urged parents to guide their children against LGBTQ acts being portrayed on screens and on social media. Ebenezer Kwe was there and has the rest of the story.
Hundreds of Muslims turned up to observe this year's Eid-al-Adha festival at the Amasaman Fise community located within the Ghana North municipality of the Greater Accra region. The prayer session was led by Deputy Chief Imam of the Fise community, Yakubu Tamim Froko.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
While calling on Muslims to continue to live in harmony with other religious groupings, Deputy Chief Imam of the Fise community, Yakubu Tamim Froko, encouraged parents to guide their children against issues of LGBTQI+ acts being portrayed on social media and movies.
Most of the movies are portraying gayism, lesbianism. If we don't keep our eyes on what they are watching, if we don't keep our eyes on what they are doing, especially on social media and the internet, before we realize they have been influenced. And I encourage each and every parent to do so. All is not lost. We still have opportunity to get certain things corrected. Our culture as Ghanaian and our religious background is very, very important that we instill certain beliefs in our children. And this belief form a very big belief system that kinds of guide our children into becoming adults who are responsible.
For the community, it was also a day for Christians and Muslims to intensify their unity and togetherness, as some members of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, Emmanuel Congregation, Fise, paid a surprise visit to the chief of the Fise community, Alhaja Bukari Kabori, to offer their support toward the celebration.
You can see it in Fise. We are united. We are one. And our youth, our wives, our children, we tell them we don't want trouble in this community. Let's all be one and worship our religion. They don't stop us from worshiping our religion. We can't only stop them. We are all one. So we're very grateful for your coming. We are very, very grateful. And I think your church, I would say I'm part of the church.
When you come to the Ghanaians, when they say we stop the drumming and what, we, the Muslims, we respect even our Eid today. We didn't use our mosque, we don't use. So it's good, all of us, we respect them. That's their religion.
Come here to wish them well and to ask for Allah's blessings upon them. Not only that, but it's also to sever the strong relationship that exists amongst us. We are trusting that this is the beginning and it will continue. And that relationship will grow from grace unto grace. And as we unite as Christians and Muslims in Fise district, there will be peace.
Prince Jamal Kabore is the prince for the Fise community.
Let us unite, be each other's brothers, sisters, and loved ones. Let us know religion cannot separate us. Muslim, Christians, we are one people. And the youth, they should try and stay away from drugs, fraud, betting, or all these kind of illegal activities that will not bring you close to God. This is a special day, so let's use this special day to remind ourselves illegal activities and evil doing is against God.
A symbolic ram was sacrificed.
Now, away from that, the Ghana Meteorological Agency has called for increased investment in weather monitoring infrastructure and climate resilience systems to strengthen Ghana's ability to predict and respond to extreme weather events.
According to the agency, although some progress had been made in expanding the country's observation network, more investment was urgently needed to improve forecasting accuracy and disaster preparedness. During an interview with the Ghana News Agency on Monday, the principal meteorologist at the agency, Nana Kofi Opoku, explained that accurate weather forecasting depended heavily on strong observational systems, forecasting tools, radars, and monitoring stations. He highlighted the need for more weather radars, noting that radar systems provided finer resolution data than satellites by tracking the speed and movement of storms and predicting the time they were likely to hit specific areas. He revealed that the agency had recently received support from UNESCO, which provided 9 automatic weather stations to strengthen the country's monitoring systems. He, however, noted that the current number of weather stations remained inadequate for effective nationwide coverage. Ghana previously had nearly 600 weather stations, but many were lost over time due to poor maintenance and logistical challenges.
That's a wrap up for the news update here on Good Afternoon Ghana. My name is Helena Nyeweja. I really appreciate your time this afternoon. We are coming back after this break with more. Please stay.
Mommy, good morning.
Good morning, my son. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mom. How about you?
I'm fine.
Joe, I just saw your mom doing her usual morning routine. Like, it was just 2 weeks she underwent a major colon surgery.
Bro, see, my mom is doing perfectly fine, and we're all excited about it. It was minimally invasive surgery, and the recovery has been very fast.
Minimally? Hey! No, wait. What do you mean by that?
So they offered my mom a laparoscopic colon surgery. Laparoscopic colon surgery, which we accepted. It turned out it was equally safe with a very fast recovery time, and the cost involved too was very, very reasonable. She was discharged 3 days after the surgery, and you can see her, she's on her feet again.
3 days?
Just 3 days, bro.
Mean Tuber Hospital, first Ghana colorectal center, aimed to serve a peculiar health need.
Finding the ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. At MNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy. Specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2 and 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We understand the importance of simplicity and convenience in the acquisition process. That's why we have designed our procedures to be straightforward and hassle-free, offering flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs. In addition to our affordable homes, we proudly offer litigation-free lands for sale in vibrant and upscale communities that present the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality, providing you with the joy of owning a home that meets your budgets and aspirations. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 030-255-1917. MNC Properties.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calcate Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Calcates. Happy smile.
This Easter, Estate Masters Limited is giving you more reasons to celebrate in our extended Easter promo. Secure your dreamland at Nest Cottage, Tripoli with a massive 15% discount. Or choose Palm Hills, Gomwa Pamfukurum, also at 15% discount. And for lovers of the coast, Coastal Park, Ningo Prampram awaits you at 10% discount. Plus, enjoy free site visits and free documentation because we make land ownership simple. This Easter, don't just celebrate, invest in your future. Estate Masters Limited, your most preferred estate partner.
From finding your dream home to building a legacy for your family, the Homeowner Show has been your trusted guide.
How sure are you what you are getting is the right land? And it has to do with searches, land commission, checking social planning authority, checking everything to make sure that what you are buying is not a problem or a challenge prone transaction.
The stress of even not owning a house and constantly coughing up to rent is a big issue.
Join me, Hannah Atiasi, and my distinguished panelists as we delve into exciting conversations. Season 3 of the Homeowner Show, every Saturday at 6 p.m., only on Metro TV. Don't just own a house, build a legacy for your family.
In a time where noise is loud, but clarity is rare, one program is changing the conversation. Welcome to the Intelligence Desk. This is not a talk show. This is a working studio. Each week, we break down the biggest national and global issues from AI and digital transformation to trade, jobs, governance, and national competitiveness, and turn complexity into practical, usable knowledge. Sharp questions, structured thinking, real solutions built live on air. With resident resource person Dr. David King Boyson, the show moves beyond commentary, designing frameworks, mapping strategies, and holding decision makers accountable. From the big issue briefing to the strategy lab to the innovation and opportunity board, every episode delivers tools you can use. If you care about Ghana's future, if you value clarity over chaos, if you believe leadership requires intelligence, then this is your desk. The Intelligence Desk, hosted by RSM Kofi Dole Lawson on Metro TV, where Ghana thinks forward.
Hey, MTN FA Cup final. The moment we've all been waiting for. The climax of Ghana Football 2025-2026 season is here. Hey, MTN FA Cup final. Obey Butubu today. Nations FC and the Dreams FC. Are you live? Our UG Sports Stadium. 31st May, 6 p.m. It's wine a bit winning MTN FA Cup finals to represent Ghana, our cup. A pre-FIFA World Cup 2026 football party. It's a new film. Ghana Blasters national colors woman and bright and your face. The send a signal. Our yes Yafanina. Say ya Ghana for. We love our football. Ayejina Blasters University of Ghana Sports Stadium game. Let me be on Sunday 31st May 1:30 Pepe. Exactly 3 p.m. Accra House of Fun Kumasi Asante Kotoko on the 17th. And the special curtain raiser. What's the ball? What the ball, Papa? MTN FA Cup final part. Never when you measure the full package, including spectacular opening ceremony. Nations FC versus Dreams FC to represent Ghana in Confederation Cup. Any surprises may bring. Anything brand get fee. 20 Ghana popular stand, 50 Ghana VIP, and 100 Ghana VVI. MTN FA Cup. Yeah. Menu free. Let me say, a baye butu butu. MTN FA Cup game. Obia nyobia.
Today is the 28th of May 2026. And we're here once again to serve you all the latest happenings in the country and have relevant conversations about them. Welcome aboard. We're live on Facebook at Metro TV Ghana, also on DSTV channel 277. We are live on there. And you can definitely join us on radio. So if you're driving, it's 94.21 FM. Tune in. Or if you're stepping out, tune in and you can definitely be part of the show. But of course, the rain's coming out again. It's very cloudy, so please be very careful out there. Yesterday, when we spoke to the NADMO director of the inspectorate units, he talked about the fact that, when the rains are coming down and you have flooding all over, please be careful if you're walking, if you're driving. We don't want to see a lot of those videos where, sweeping people away and getting drowned in those waters. Please be very, very careful out there. Already we know that the usual places like Spanner Accra Mall, it's always disheartening. At the center of Accra, you have a lot of flooding happening there, so please be careful in those areas, the Kaneshi area. And of course, this season, the Pune area has also come up with a lot of complaints about flooding in that particular area. So please take care of yourselves there. Now, away from that, we're getting into the conversations we have coming up today. We'll be looking at Ghana's renewable energy sector, a very, very important sector that needs to be looked at. I have guests in the studio for us to talk about the space, the investments into the space, and how it can create a job for a lot of young people in this country. We'll get to talk about that. And then from the Auditor General's report for the 2023 All-African Games, well, Zoomlion is in there. The company has released a statement denying the wrongs that are in the Auditor General's report. We'll take a look at that and hear from them also from what exactly happened in terms of the cases of double work that was done and some monies that were taken. We'll look at that. And then, of course, the biggest story for the day is about the first batch of evacuees who arrived from South Africa to the Accra International Airport yesterday. I was there, saw everything that happened. Today we'll try and engage some of the people who have come into the country from South Africa. What exactly happened in South Africa? What's the ordeal now that they are back home? What's the plan for them? How are they going to reintegrate into the Ghanaian society? And we'll get to hear from them also, and their chilling and horrible experiences from South Africa. And on the side, last night we saw a statement from Cambodia. Yes, Cambodia has also released a statement that Ghanaians, Kenyans, Ugandans who are living in their country, and this is a country of just about 33,000 people, they're saying that by the 31st of May, if you are not documented, you would be arrested, put in jail for 2 years before you're released. And so they're giving, Ghanaians, Kenyans, Ugandans, other nationals who are not properly documented in Cambodia. We'll talk about that. Let's begin with our first conversation for the afternoon. As I mentioned, we're talking about Ghana's renewable energy sector. Now, this sector is one of the fastest evolving parts of the country's economy. And, the country still relies heavily on thermal power and hydropower. And when it comes to renewable energy sources like solar and other ones, we've not exactly, paid attention to that. We'll get into a conversation with my guests who have joined me in studio here from Swiss Contact Ghana. Shadrach Klome is project officer, and Efua Edu is also a project officer with Swiss Contact Ghana. We'll delve into the issues and what they're doing to help the situation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
I hope you're good and your areas are not flooded. Have you had any experience like that?
Oh, not really. Everything has been fine so far.
Okay, right. Especially some of the places like Airport Hills and East Legon Hills, all of those places are also getting into the mix anyway. So let's talk about this space. Let me begin with you, Efua.
Okay.
As I mentioned, this is one of the spaces that a lot of other countries are making a lot of money from.
Yeah.
But for us, we seem to be a bit behind in terms of that. Is there an understanding of what our renewable energy space is like, and how are we faring?
Okay, thank you very much, and it's an honor to be here. Yes, so I'll say that, as you mentioned earlier on, Ghana's renewable energy space is fast growing rapidly. We've seen a lot of our youth gaining interest in that field. We've also seen rooftop solar systems, mini-grids and off-grid systems being set up in households as well. Yes, so that is the progress so far. But have we taken advantage of this space yet? I would say not really, because you realize that in as much as the youth has a good interest in that, they still don't have the requested skills to do basic things under this sort of such as solar installations.
Okay.
And you realize that there are lots of businesses out there and even some households who still don't have access to clean energy. Yes, and you would also realize that there's a lot of the renewable energy spaces technologies are quite costly. So, and there's also a limited funding opportunities as well. So realize that there's huge potential in the space, but delving deeper into it, that's where the problem is, as you mentioned.
Yeah,
Yes,
and you talk about the cost of it, because it's technology driven. Yesterday, actually, on my way to work around the Awoshi last stop, I saw a home where they were installing solar, and in my mind I was like, hey, go for Muskapa. Because it comes up a lot that it's an expensive thing. Would that be one of the challenges prohibiting people from understanding or trying to use the other sources of energy? Shadrach?
Yes. I think the cost of installing this solar is one of, I think, is the biggest challenge so far. It's not the only challenge. There are other challenges like those who have done it already, they coming up to say they've not, the installers have not done it well for them. Looking at the amount of money that went into it and it's not coming well. So the other challenge will be unskilled technicians, right? But the cost is a huge challenge because right now looking at fixing this rooftop solar panels is a lot of money.
That's actually important. You also mentioned unskilled labor.
Unskilled labor
in that sector. So you'd have a lot of people trying to learn and not doing it well.
Exactly.
It becomes a problem. We've seen quite a number of interventions, and as you mentioned, it's fast growing, and some interventions coming in, and that's why your group is also helping with that. What exactly are you helping with, in terms of the intervention with ISO?
Okay, so ISO basically is a green economy project under the renewable energy pillar of Swiss Contact. And it is funded by Atawasa Foundation in Switzerland in partnership with Don Bosco Solar Institute and the Certified Electrical Wiring Professionals Association of Ghana, SUPAG. What the intervention seeks to do is to address unemployment issues and also produce skilled technicians in the solar space. So what we are doing for ISO, there are two components. That's the ISO seed, which I'll delve deeper into, then ISO grow, which Shadrach will also delve deeper. So it's basically to address unemployment issues as well as produce skilled solar technicians in the space.
Okay, right. You can go on with the explanation.
With the explanation, okay. So for, as I mentioned, there are two components. That's the ISO seed, of which I'm the intervention lead. So ISO seed is a partnership with Don Bosco Solar Institute in Ashaman.
Yes,
and what we are,
very well.
yes. Exactly. So in talks with them, we realized that a lot of their graduates, once they are done with school, they struggle with unemployment. And I think it's a common problem in the renewable energy space, unemployment. So that's where ISO Seed comes in, where we came up with an approach, a container-based model. We give these graduates containers that will serve as a physical structure for operation, as well as provide them with some solar inventory, some safety equipment, as well as some solar installation tools. But before, we already know that these graduates already have the solar training, but in order for them to run their businesses and run them smoothly, we'll also take them through what we call the entrepreneurial skills training that will equip them with the needed skills to run their business and run them successfully. That's the ISOC. So I think Shadrach will also explain the ISO Grow intervention. Thank you.
Yes. So when it comes to Grow, what we are trying to do is we are in partnership with CILPAC, which is the Certified Electrical Wiring Professionals Association of Ghana, and Don Bosco. So we sensitize the CILPAC members. We tell them about what this intervention is about. They register the ones that want to show interest, like they have interest in transitioning from the local electrical wiring that they do to solar, right? Once we see you have interest in it, we register you with Don Bosco, then we take care of 83.3% of the school fees, right? Already Don Bosco charges 15,000, which is a huge cost for the participants who undertake these trainings, right? So we came in, we saw an opportunity there to subsidize this cost for them.
Okay.
We took care of, so the training itself is, training itself is 15,000. Don Bosco takes 15,000 Ghana cedis. So Swiss Contact, we decided to take care of 12,500. So the participants only take care of 2,500. And this 2,500 can be spread within, the course runs for 8 months.
Okay.
So we spread it within the 8 months of your going to classes. So you can be paying small within the 8 months, then you pay the 2,500. After you complete this, we give you solar starter tools. We realize that most at times these participants, they go to these classes, and after they complete, after graduating, they are in the house, right? And some of them, the challenge is that they don't have the money to buy the tools to go into their communities and do the small jobs that can earn them money, right? And after when they are done with the training, we give them these tools. So one aspect of Grow also is that when we see that a lot of people are interested, they would like to go into the renewable energy sector, which is more into the solar sector, but due to some challenges are unable to go to these classes. Unable to go to classes. So what we do is we give them solar products. They go and they sell it in the community. By doing this, we kind of increase the number of solar adoption in their community.
Okay.
Yes, so that's Grow.
Right.
Also Grow.
And for me, this actually hits home because just across Don Bosco is where I grew up, Bethlehem.
Wow.
Oh.
And so I've seen a lot of people from that community go to Don Bosco.
Yeah.
And many a times when they're done with school, you see them moving around in the
Yeah,
area, not
they don't have
exactly
jobs to
doing
do,
anything. But
exactly.
that's supposed to be a hands-on training
Yes.
school for them.
Yes.
And so when there is no support to be able to help them, go further or establish themselves, then it becomes a problem. And so, I'm grateful that you're doing this. I'm sure
thank you.
a number of my friends in the area will be able to be part of this program.
Yeah.
But what's the vision in the next few years? Because you are now in to help out with this. You're creating jobs for young people. You're doing that. In the next few years, what's the target? What's the reach that you want to get to?
Okay, so the main thing would be to promote better solar energy adoption in Ghana. Also, we know that this sector is historically male-dominated, so we would also like to get more females on board. That is also a number one goal. They would also like to produce more certified solar installers as well, and also for target group or solar users also get affordable and quality solar products as well. So that's the vision for 5 years. So getting hundreds and hundreds of people adopting solar in the country.
And with the intervention, what's been the challenge so far?
With us, so with Grow, we went to do a small visit with the participants right now. The challenge they mentioned so far has been that they would like it to be more of practical, more practical, right? So we are now sitting down to see how can we take them to the field more. So maybe we will look at other organizations and see the organizations that do more of these solar installations in the community already. Then when they are done with the training, we take them
some attachment or internship with them.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes, that's one. And what I personally foresee is, since this is a pilot, this is the whole ISO project is a pilot. We will like it to be sustainable, right? So we'll need more funds, right, from financing institutions. Yes. So. Yes, so far.
So it's more funds and also getting practical, because truly you cannot be in the classroom and be learning about solar and other sources of energy. Yeah. And then you just imagine them and not have hands-on training with that. So for people who are watching, who want to be part of this as participants, also look at this opportunity that's given them to create young entrepreneurs in the renewable energy sector to provide jobs for them. Yes, and well, you'd want to add how they can be part and any other information, then we wrap it up.
Okay, I just wanted to add on a bit to what Shadrach said. For me, the challenge, as I mentioned earlier on, was getting more females on board. Yes, because
they don't like it.
No, it's not I don't like it, but you know, sometimes there's this sort of, I don't know, mindsets in the country.
It's a male space.
You know, ideally they'll say females maybe sewing and more female cooking and other aspects. But we want to get more females on board because there's a saying that whatever men can do better. Yes, I believe that. So getting more females on board. So efforts are also being made to reach out to technical institutions that are female populated so we can get more females on board as well.
Okay. So how do people get to be part?
Pardon? Okay. So there's a number on display on the screen. That's the contact number of Swiss Contact.
And you have that on your social media pages also?
Yes, and we also have our website. That is swisscontact.org. So once you access it, you can learn more about ISO and also contact us there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I should be part. I would have to join so that I learn one or two, because if it is costly to get it, then it means I can make money from it.
Of course.
Definitely. We'll have to have you on board.
Of course. You can teach me a thing or two. Shut up. Any final thing you want to add, then we can wrap it up.
Well, I just want to say, if the renewable energy sector is rapidly growing, right, we will advise that we'll encourage a lot of the youth to take advantage of this, the whole ISO thing, get involved, get trained, get certified, get the tools, and go in there, make sure we don't only rely on the grid, the national grid. We can also make use of the sun and other renewable energy sources that we have. So we should all get involved.
Right, everybody gets involved. Thank you very much for coming and allowing this conversation about creating jobs for young people and being innovative and all that. Ifwa Edu, thank you so much. She's project officer at Swiss Contact Ghana, and also Shadrach Klome is also project officer. We're taking a break. When we come back, the Auditor General has raised concerns over payments totaling 2.3 million cedis made to Zoom Lion Ghana Limited for cleaning services during the 13th African Games, citing duplicated invoices and overlapping service charges. But the company is rebutting, saying that there was no wrongdoing. When we come back, we'll hear from Zoom Lion. Stay with us. This is Good Afternoon Ghana. Okay.
Yeah. Good. Thank you very much.
Mommy, good morning.
Good morning, my son. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mom. How about you?
I'm fine.
Joe, I just saw your mom doing her usual morning routine. Like, it was just 2 weeks she underwent a major colon surgery.
Bro, see, my mom is doing perfectly fine, and we're all excited about it. It was minimally invasive surgery, and the recovery has been very fast.
Minimally? Hey! No, wait. What do you mean by that?
So they offered my mom a laparoscopic colon surgery. Laparoscopic colon surgery, which we accepted. It turned out it was equally safe with a very fast recovery time, and the cost involved too was very, very reasonable. She was discharged 3 days after the surgery, and you can see her, she's on her feet again.
3 days?
Just 3 days, bro.
Mean Tuber Hospital, First Ghana Colorectal Center, aimed to serve a peculiar health need.
Finding the ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. At MNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy. Specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2 and 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We understand the importance of simplicity and convenience in the acquisition process. That's why we have designed our procedures to be straightforward and hassle-free, offering flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs. In addition to our affordable homes, we proudly offer litigation-free lands for sale in vibrant and upscale communities that present the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality, providing you with the joy of owning a home that meets your budgets and aspirations. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 030-255-1917. MNC Properties.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kelkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits, happy smile.
This Easter, Estate Masters Limited is giving you more reasons to celebrate in our extended Easter promo. Secure your dream land at Nest Cottage, Chapoli with a massive 15% discount. Or choose Palm Hills, Gomwa Pamfukurum, also at 15% discount. And for lovers of the coast, Coastal Park, Mingo Prampram awaits you at 10% discount. Plus, enjoy free site visits and free documentation because we make land ownership simple. This Easter, don't just celebrate, invest in your future. Estate Masters Limited, your most preferred estate partner.
The tree of life is growing where the spirit never dies.
Anyone who visits the garden gets healing. You won't leave my garden without a touch of the Holy Spirit.
Madame Alberta Ekusika Ado of the Eden Gardens draws us closer to the roots of life and nature.
Plants, no? Yes, wakasa pa. You won't hear the plant talk to you, but you feel it in here,
and you know what to do.
Know what to do.
The PL Show is brought to you by Kel Charcoal, Kel 360, and Kel Kids Toothpaste.
Kel, happy smile.
Today, the Mahama administration is demonstrating that wherever Ghanaians are, we will make sure you are protected, your dignity is respected, and we will go to the length of this world to bring you back home safely. On behalf of President John Dramani Mahama, we say Akwaba to all of you. Obake, Wezolo. And we want to thank all our partners. The Chief of Staff has been very instrumental in mobilizing all of us to put this evacuation together. We want to thank NADMO. We want to thank the Gender Ministry. You see the Honorable Gender Minister here. We want to thank our international partners, IOM, who are working with us. And I thank all colleagues at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, including my own brother, the Honorable James Jachi Kwesi, very hardworking, very dynamic, very supportive. Today's welcome ceremony is fully packed. You are going to receive psychosocial support. We have psychologists, we have medical doctors, we have nurses here to take care of you. That is not all. President Mahama says that all of you should be given 2 special allowances. One for your transportation. So there will be a transportation allowance to wherever you live, wherever your homes are, whoever you are going to connect with. And then there will be a reintegration allowance, a special package to help you put your lives back on track. So today we send a clear message. Ghanaians have a caring government. Ghanaians are valued. Ghanaians are loved. Ghanaians are cherished. And if you mess around with Ghanaians anywhere in the world, thinking that they are orphaned or nobody cares about them, you are mistaken. And you are making a mess of yourself. We will always care for Ghanaians. We will always carry the mandate that you are giving us seriously, because this is what you asked us to do, to serve you, to reset, and to make sure we work for you at all times. Amen.
President Mahama, where she will not professor no one the na ene nyano Muslim for eye dwumadi nti na Osman say minimum mehia na mo mema mo nti say oso akofuna no ma oso aye no oso aye say Ghana ni bia obebo no ban enti emfa ho say assembly si wo South Africa oda no na eni say odi o say aye oyo a minister no mo de mo baby enti mo papa say o ma mo nyina akwaba efie and this year. I will say, on when you say, Ayakayaka be a month film at in your house, and yet at the Gitua, and the year I will say, Mafan Gunoso. Now, so we wait in Yaka and say, oh, Kwan, dear. Make no way so. The Mama Ubia send a minister and say, Ghana Nibia. So one man so Ghana says, now we should say Ghana my and the president on the tower. I will be also now, Madam Minister.
Right, so that was the Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Kudjeto Ablakwa, and also the Chief of Staff Julius Deborah, speaking there yesterday as the first batch of Ghanaians were evacuated from South Africa amidst the wave of xenophobic attacks in the country. We had seen just about a month ago some movement in South Africa where they're calling on foreign nationals to leave the countries. And what are their reasons? They say that these foreign nationals are the reason why they are not prospering or they do not have jobs. And so you see some of them went into hospitals asking that anybody who wasn't South African should leave their hospital. You saw that some Ghanaians were accosted on the street, some nationals were beaten on the streets. As you saw police personnel standing and watching, nothing exactly being done about it. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ghanaian government wrote a letter to the AU, sharing how horrible we feel as Ghanaians about the situation. The South African government also wrote back, but we've not seen any actions with that. And so these 300 are the first batch. As you saw, I'll just narrate what I saw yesterday at the airport also. We got there when the plane came in to the Terminal 2, and the Mental Health Authority officers were seated there to take them through psychosocial support. Anybody who was traumatized, lots of them mentioned to us that they were traumatized from this, from incidents that had happened in South Africa. So they went through that. There were 2 packages for them, the reintegration allowance and also transportation allowance to take them back to their homes. And of course, for the women and children, the sector minister was there and also mentioned that she was going to liaise with other stakeholders to find support for the women and children who had come back into the country. On Sunday or into next week, we'd have the other batch coming in. We understand it's about 800. We have 300 now. We'd have the rest also coming into the country. This morning, this afternoon actually, we are privileged to have one of the members of the Ghanaian team that came from South Africa yesterday. He will share his story with us about his living in South Africa and what exactly happened in South Africa. This afternoon, we have Freddie joining us on Good Afternoon Ghana. Freddie, welcome to Good Afternoon Ghana on Metro TV, and thank you so much for coming. I know it's been hectic. Yesterday, even when I got to the airport, that we knew you were supposed to come to Ghana in the morning. We were told later it was in the afternoon, and all the processes to even get you out of there. You mentioned that you left the airport.
We left the airport at 11.
At 11 p.m.?
11 a.m. in the morning instead of 6 a.m. in the morning.
Okay, so that was in South Africa, 11 a.m., and then you got there around 3 p.m.?
Yes.
And then the whole process?
The whole process ended around 11 p.m. because we were a lot.
And where did you go? Where do you live?
Okay, so for me, I'm into football and football-related activities.
Okay.
So South Africa is one of the countries.
Okay, no, I'm talking about here. When you got to Ghana, where did you go? Which community?
Okay.
Where would you live?
I live in Dansoman.
Dansoman,
yeah.
Okay. Let's begin from Ghana. Share with us your story, your upbringing. Definitely with my conversation, I see that you're very educated, and we'll talk about that. And then when you decided to move to South Africa, right?
All right, I come from a large family of 11. My father is Fanti, a very educated man, but I chose football. Okay, I think sports gives you the avenue to make a lot of money, and it gives the youth the chance to walk in places they never dreamed of before. And football has a short span, so you have to take advantage of it whilst you are young, and then after retirement you could do other things that are beneficial. So for me, after school, I chose to go into football. I played for Atram Divisa.
You played for Atram Divisa?
Yes. I played for Koforidua Sempefi, owned by the FA. Before I went to play in the Ugandan Premier League, I played for URA.
So you're a professional footballer?
Yep. I played for URA, I played for the Kada FC in Somalia, and I played for Back Buccaneers in Namibia. After playing for Back Buccaneers, I just moved to South Africa for holidays. But for me, it's not about just playing. I am actually understanding the business model.
Okay.
And after retirement, my focus will be on marketing and PR of athletes.
Okay.
So that's the focus.
Right. So let's
that's
take
how
it.
I found myself in South Africa.
Okay. Let's take it with the dates. Do you remember when you first left Ghana to go play football from for teams elsewhere, as you've mentioned, Uganda, Somalia? When did you go?
2024, June 30th, June 2024.
That's when you left Ghana?
Yeah, that's when I left Ghana.
And then you went to Uganda?
Yes, and from Uganda I went to Somalia. Okay. From Somalia I went to Namibia. From Namibia I came to South Africa.
Okay.
So I was actually in South Africa on a holiday.
Okay. So when you got to Namibia, it was still about football for you?
Yes.
So you didn't come to Ghana and then you decided to go to South Africa. You were in Namibia and said, I want to go on holidays in South Africa.
Yes.
Which year was this?
This is 2026.
So
2nd February 2026.
Oh, so you went to South Africa this year?
Yes.
So that
I've been to South Africa before. I went to Namibia, but then I wasn't playing South Africa.
Okay.
I was just waiting for the season of Namibia to start. And after the season ended in Namibia, I came back to South Africa again.
Okay. Okay.
So that was my second stint in South Africa.
Okay. But the first one was the holiday, as you mentioned.
Yes. All the 2 stints were on holiday.
Okay. How long did you stay in South Africa with the first holiday?
The first holiday, I stayed in South Africa for, I think, 3 months. Then I left for Namibia, and I came back in February.
Okay.
And then when my time was up, I went to the border to get a stamp, and I came back.
How did you get into South Africa to to live there?
Okay, I went through the border legally. I came through OR Tambo from Accra, and then when my time was up, I went to the Maseru border to get a stamp. I went to Lesotho, came back, which is legal.
Okay.
Okay, and then when I went to Namibia and I was coming back, I came through the Oshok border, which is also legal.
Okay.
Yes, so I am not an illegal migrant.
Okay, so you have documentation to live in South Africa?
Absolutely. People who know me and know where I come from know that I would 100% never engage in illegal business. Because, first of all, I'm easily to be found. Because if you type my name on the CAF system, you'll find me.
Okay. So, February, you get into South Africa.
Yeah.
What were your first days like in South Africa? What were you doing?
Okay. I would take the opportunity to give you a detailed account of my first approach to xenophobia in South Africa.
Okay. Where did you live?
I have lived in 3 places in South Africa. I've lived in Limpopo, which is closer to the Zulus, KwaZulu-Natal, in the north, like the upper side. I've lived in Pretoria, and I also lived in Soweto. So I've lived in areas where Ghanaians will call elite. For example, where I lived in Limpopo, if you just oppose it to Ghanaian society, you say, I'm living in East Legon.
Okay.
And then when you come to the other side, Pretoria, I would say I'm living in Cantonment. And then Soweto, I'm living, let's say, Nima.
Okay.
Yeah, but all of these places depends on what I'm doing and at what time, the activities I'm undertaking.
Right, so that's why I'm coming, because you went in February, so that's just 3-4 months ago, and how you lived in all of these places, that's what I'm coming to. How come you lived in these 3
Okay,
places?
so like I said before, apart from playing football, I'm also understanding the business model of the game.
Okay.
So I went to places like Black Leopards in Limpopo.
Okay.
You can even show the picture if you have it. Black Leopards. Let me tell you what happened in Black Leopards. The first day I went to the training ground, I was playing, the game was on.
So that's you on the screen?
Yes, this is me.
At Black Leopards?
Yes, at Black Leopards.
It's a football team?
Yes, it's a first division club.
Okay.
This is me at Black Leopards. So the first day, the coach is Zulu. I don't know his name. The first day we were on the training pitch, we were warming up. And you know, good clubs don't warm up running, sprinting. We warm up technically with the ball, passing, just dribbling, a little skill here and there. So I think the coach could see from our warm-up that I'm a good player, because he could see a good player from his first touch, a thing or two.
Yeah.
So he liked me. He came to me and asked me where I'm from. He even asked my name. And because I'm Fanti, my name is more English. Okay. Atasa.
Yeah, Matasa.
Yeah. So He did not know I'm foreigner because of my name.
Okay.
But when he realized I'm Ghanaian, he switched off. He didn't allow me to have the game session. And the management of the club was seated at the high table waiting to see me play. So after the first half,
because he got to know you were Ghanaian.
yes, and he even said something I would say is vulgar. Fusek. Fusek means fuck you.
Oh, okay. Apologies for the F. So we'd have to.
No, I'm just trying to make you understand.
So you could just do the F. So if you want to use that,
Yeah,
again,
the rage with which someone attacks you just because you don't speak his language, you don't come from his place.
Okay.
So that was my first experience with xenophobia. I didn't know it's real. I've heard about it, but this is my first time in Limpopo.
Did you think it was just one person who?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because when the training session was over, I walked to the team manager and I told him that now I came here for a trial, and the coach has not given me an opportunity to play. How do you judge me when I've not played? And the coach was very aggressive about it. No. We are never going to use you. No. Then I asked him why. Apparently, Maxwell Kunedu has coached the team before, and they did the same thing to him. So if I'm lying, you could place a call to Maxwell Kunedu, Mr. Maxwell Kunedu, former coach. Yes, and ask him what happened to him. He had a lot of issues and he left. And I personally don't know Maxwell. I don't know Mr. Maxwell Kunedu at all. So the hate came from nowhere.
Okay. All right, Fifi, we're going to pause on that. Let's speak to the media relations officer at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Fred Duo. He joins us via Zoom. Fred, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us here on the program. It's been quite a night, 2 days, trying to put this together. Is everybody sorted from the airport, and what has happened after they were welcomed?
Thank you very much for having me. And I must say good afternoon to viewers. As we speak, almost all the 297, nearly 300 people of our compatriots who came from South Africa yesterday have been fully reintegrated into their communities. I say so based on the fact that their relatives were at the airport. Not all of them though. Some of them had their relatives at the airport yesterday to welcome them and also take them home. So we are so sure that, in fact, all the items lined up by the president, and for that matter, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs as a package for them, has been delivered. And those who also didn't have their relatives coming, there was this transport arrangement made for them to go to their various destinations.
Okay. We saw at the airport that there were officers from the Mental Health Authority there. Share with us, the process of some of the evacuees going there for psychosocial support. Do you have any reports from there for us?
Well, most of those aspects of the screening or engagements were done basically privately.
Okay.
I say private because we didn't want the media to capture that, and even most of the officials from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs who have no business doing with the process were asked to step aside so they could handle those aspects of the engagements behind the scenes. So I can confidently say that they were all taken through some form of psychosocial support, and they were also screened health-wise. Just from the aircraft, they gave them nose masks, and when they got to the hall as well, they took off the earlier one, and that was replaced with a new one. They were given hand sanitizers to wipe their hands and to also make sure that their temperatures were checked. So generally, the process was quite smooth, basically because we had experts, and by experts I mean officials from the International Organization for Migration, IOM, and NADMO, as well as the Ghana Health Service and the Mental Health Association, all present on the ground yesterday to take our brothers and sisters through that process. So I must say it was a resounding success, and we are looking forward to the next batch of our compatriots arriving hopefully next week.
Do you have the number of women, children, and men?
Those details have been left out from the public domain as of now.
Okay. So the second batch we're expecting on what day?
The day I can't confirm, but I can assure you that next week we are going to see another evacuation done by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And with that, I can also say that the information I have is that about 400 people have already registered for the next batch to take place next week. And out of this 400, the aircraft, I believe, can only carry some total number of 300. If the aircraft can take more, we are hoping all the 400, which is on the next batch, would come home. But if the aircraft can't, then the excess would join the third batch of evacuation.
Right. We've heard from the South African immigration officers stating that out of the number that came in, only 10 were officially documented to be in the country. Can you confirm that to us or otherwise?
That is their own words against their conscience, because left to us alone, our brothers, sisters, mothers, uncles, aunties who returned home yesterday, almost 90% of them had legal documentation. That is the information I got from our High Commission in South Africa. Just a few of them who, had their visa process or their visa extension denied, or the processes never went through. They are the people they are classifying as undocumented individuals they are chasing after. But I can tell you that as far as Ghanaians are concerned, their safety, whether they are documented or not, and they show interest to return home, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will stop at nothing to bring all of them home.
We know when this started, there was a statement from the ministry and then Ghana, and now we have the evacuation done. When all is done with those who are willing to come to Ghana, what's the next step in terms of handling the situation properly?
Handling the situation, you mean the relation between Ghana and South Africa?
Yes, definitely. That's what I mean.
Well, we still hold on to our diplomatic ties with the good people of South Africa. And by the good people of South Africa, I believe you know what I mean. They're not those individuals who are on rampage at this moment asking their African brothers and sisters to leave their country. We are talking about diplomatic ties where not every Ghanaian would be evacuated because not all of them have written their names. We are believing that our presence in South Africa is still going to grow stronger, where the mission in South Africa is going to look out for our brothers and sisters who will still be in that country and extend consular services to them as and when the need be. We just want to believe that there will be no harm and to any of our compatriots who may choose to stay back in South Africa. In any case, they are going to be in constant communication with the mission in Pretoria to ensure that they are safe at every given point in time.
Some are saying that Ghana should boycott South Africa businesses and all that. What do you make of that? Is that something?
I won't veer into those controversies. And I just want to say that we would rather show them the right examples. As to businesses, that one is left solely to the government to decide. Where we sit at the Foreign Affairs Ministry or on the diplomatic front, we would handle issues as expected of us. We want to believe that we are not going to retaliate. Ghanaians are going to show good faith. They are also going to treat any South African coming to Ghana with the warm Ghanaian hospitality we are noted for. So I don't think that this is going to really strain our relationship with South Africans in any way.
The Ghanaian hairdresser who was attacked and had the facial injuries, what's the update with her? I saw some other gentlemen also showing marks on their bodies for the brutalities that they have suffered in the country.
They've received the necessary care and attention they deserve at this moment, but we will still keep following up to be sure that they are completely healed from their wounds. I mean, when the incidents happened, many Ghanaians didn't know about it because we equally wanted to manage the situation such that it doesn't escalate tensions. And so you would notice that the whole thing happened, I mean, as far back about a week or two ago, but we've been able to take those individuals involved to the hospital and they were given the necessary health care they deserve. And all those came to the attention of the Ghana's mission in South Africa, and they've been able to cater for them as the need be. Now that they are back home, we are still believing that they will get back onto their feet very quickly and then receive all the necessary support from the government and private individuals who promised to ensure that they are well resourced to live their life back home here in Ghana and make meaningful living.
Just a final one. How long is this process of reintegration into the Ghanaian society going to happen with the ministry overseeing that?
It's going to be a continuous thing because, as you may well be aware, we just don't want to bring them and leave them hanging. That is the main reason why we now have a database of all these individuals who voluntarily registered to be repatriated. So we have a database. When they have any concerns, they will definitely approach the ministry and those concerns will be addressed. I want to also add that those who do not have Ghana card at this moment, based on this database, they would be going to the various NIA offices and the NIA will fall on this data to allow them go through this process and get the needed ID cards to access all basic services across both public and private institutions. Now, I would want to conclude by saying that we extend our profound gratitude to, first of all, the media here in Ghana and international media, and then by extension to the leader of all these exercises, the High Commissioner of Ghana to South Africa, His Excellency Benjamin Kwashi, as well as the Minister for Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, who has really taken this as his own baby. I mean, caring for Ghanaians outside this country and showing them the love and protection they deserve wherever they may be across the world. Then again, sincere appreciation goes to other allied agencies that came through yesterday to make this whole exercise worthwhile.
Right, Fredo, thank you so much for speaking to us this afternoon. He's Media Relations Officer at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, speaking to us there. If you just tuned in, this is Good Afternoon Ghana on Metro TV. We're having an exclusive interview with one of the evacuees from South Africa who arrived in the country yesterday as part of the first batch of our compatriots from South Africa who are fleeing the xenophobic attacks in the country. Fifi is here with me as we're getting to understand his experience in South Africa. We're live on Facebook. Watch us live on there. Metro TV Ghana on YouTube. We're also live on there on radio 94.1 FM. You can also join us on there. So back to you, Fifi. So after that experience, what else happened? Or what came to your mind? How did you think of, living in South Africa?
Okay, so after that experience...
So you may have to come close, or you could just draw the microphone towards you, right, and then, speak to us. Yes, you can go ahead.
After the incident at Black Leopard, I moved out from Limpopo.
Okay.
Just because of the incident, and I came to Johannesburg. And I stayed in Soweto, which is like Nima.
Okay.
Okay, so I wanted to get closer to former Bafana players. I wouldn't like to mention their name for the sake of their image.
Yeah, understand that.
Okay, so they got to know me, and I was trying to get my way with regards to business. But along the line, I was on my way to get our local food in the Central Business District of Johannesburg.
Okay.
And I think it was on the 1st of May.
A holiday in Ghana. Yeah, I remember that Workers' Day in Ghana. But I don't know in South Africa, though. Yeah.
Of May? Yes. I was going to eat banku and okro
Okay.
from a Nigerian restaurant. Then I saw these guys coming in numbers. They were like 200 or more, screaming. They have a very fancy word. They scream when they want to level their aggression against foreigners. They say abahambe. Abahambe means go home.
Okay.
So when you hear them screaming abahambe, don't stand there trying to understand what they want to say, because they wouldn't give you the freedom of time to explain why you are not South African.
You have to vanish.
You have to find your way to flee the dangerous scene. Wherever you are as a Ghanaian and hear the word abahambe, run for your life.
So what did you do?
I ran away, and some of them took after me in Central Business District. And you know, funny enough, there was a police van right in front of us. They did nothing. So this calls to the question: is the government in support of that? Is it government sponsored? And how does government allow lawlessness to grow within its environment in such a way that it cannot be curtailed? Because I don't think any Ghanaian can walk to a foreigner, say a Nigerian, in his own capacity as an individual or even as a group, to attack and speak about things that are supposed to be done by state institutions.
Where would you find lots of Ghanaians living, like as a community in South Africa?
Okay, most Ghanaians live in Sunnyside. Myself, I've never been there, but we have a group, a Ghanaian group. We play football sometimes. Most of them come from Sunnyside.
Okay. Did they share with you the experiences also, because you had just gone there for a few months? There are others who had lived, over a period. Did they share experiences and how, they've been able to maneuver or find their ways to stay there for those number of years?
Okay, so sometimes I sit down and I think the internal affairs of South Africa, their home affairs, and their police, I think they deliberately undertake some sinister activities that cause people to overstay. For example, if I apply for permit, documentation, and you don't attend to me immediately, but I'm still in the country, and the days are going. Eventually, when you attend to me in 2 or 3 months' time, I have overstayed. Now, you charge me penalty for the same sins you forced me to commit. I can tell you on paper, on authority, that yesterday when we were coming, more than 95% were legal and were willing, and the few that were illegal were willing to get themselves documented. Let me tell you how the South African police is taking advantage of this situation. And I feel very sad for our women, the elderly women who are in South Africa, braiding hair. And of course, those ones constitute just a minute percentage. You know what the police does? They wait for these women to close from their saloons when they have braided their hair from morning till evening, and they just ambush them right after they have closed their shop, and they take their money. Because, of course, you don't want to go to jail. And I also want to take the opportunity to say a very big thank you to President John Mahama. Because in as much as people had real issues, him going to that extent to get prisoners, negotiate for prisoners to come out,
Yeah.
is really commendable.
It was mentioned that 26 persons were in prison, and there had to be negotiations over visa offenses, for them to be.
Yeah, and I took the chance to speak to some of the prisoners because some of them were wearing tattered clothes. So I even gave some of my clothing to them. I had to give some of them, take them to the washroom. And even when I was taking them to the washroom to give them some of my clothes, because of course I'm a bit privileged than they are. The immigration was following us like these guys are going to run away.
You talk about the Home Affairs Office, and they are the ones saying that just 10 out of the 300 had legal documents. How is the process like to be able to get legal documentation in South Africa? You've also shared with us that they have also been delaying, or they had fought for some of the things.
Yes.
So what's the process like? Ideally, how long is it supposed to take?
I am not an expert in that area.
Okay.
I am not a doyen in that
Yeah,
area.
right.
But what I know is that people go to Home Affairs and they tender in their application to be legal.
Okay.
I think the time frame they use to process these documents goes to the detriment of the applicants.
Okay.
I used visitor's visa because I have not had an official business to undertake that will require me to have that kind of permit. So I've not gone through the process. But from the conversations I've had with the people who have made an attempt, the legal attempt to get documented, they deliberately create bottlenecks, bureaucratic bottlenecks, just to delay. Because I think day hunting for migrants has become a lucrative business for the police. That's what I deduce. Because even yesterday, if you could roll back the cameras, you could see there was a lady in front who was wailing. She was crying.
When she was coming
uncontrollably.
from the aircraft, she was crying.
And that is not the first time she was crying. This is someone I was speaking to. I spoke to her at length. I told her everything will be fine. I even told her my personal story of how I grew from the hood and the things I used to do. But today, I'm not okay. But at least there is no end if a moving man will always meet his slack. Once you don't give up, leaving all the things you've accomplished in South Africa behind and coming to start all over again, does not mean your life has come to an abrupt stop.
So, for those who left, you engaged them, what were some of the things that they told you that they had left behind in South Africa? Because some said they had lived there for 10 years. In fact, there was a very
there was a woman who had lived there for 30 years.
Yes, a very old man. He was in
Clutches.
Yes, he mentioned that he had also been there. He cannot even remember when he even went to South Africa. Businesses, cars, homes.
So that was why I was telling you, their immigration also caused people to overstay. Because, for example, if I go to the border to get a stamp because I don't want to overstay, first of all, if you want to read the meaning or the implication why someone goes to an immigration, it's basically because the person doesn't want to break the rule. So if I move from Johannesburg and go all the way to Maseru border, which is in Lesotho, that's a 6-hour drive, and you give me 3 days, how can I drive back from Maseru, get to Johannesburg, organize myself? When you give me 3 days on my second visitor visit, that means I have to vacate the country. Now, how do I vacate myself within 3 days? So you force me to overstay. Because let's say I have furniture, I have a TV, I have fridge, I have what have you. How do I get rid of these things? Because these things cost money. Because sometimes people look at what they have invested with regards to artifact, TV, physical stuff.
Yes.
And they look, because when they come to Ghana, I might come to start all over again. There was a woman at the back, even not the one in the front, who was wailing in a typical, you would think there is a funeral. I can't mimic what she did, But the way she was crying, you would think someone is dead. Oh, intimate. She says even her furniture she's selling, the value of the furniture is like, let's say, 10,000 rand. Someone wants to pay 500 because the person sees that you are in distress. But I, for one, would not say everybody in South Africa is xenophobic.
Yeah, and so I was coming to that did you experience this in all these places you lived? Or there are very specific places that tend to be more, you know, apprehensive?
That's where I'm going to.
Okay.
Limpopo, KwaZulu-Natal, where the Zulus are populated, highly densely populated, it's a no-go zone.
Okay.
In Mpumalanga, it's a no-go zone. CBD of Johannesburg is extremely dangerous. And I'll take the chance to also tell you that Ghanaians are very communal people. In South Africa, someone can see a thief with a knife to your neck, and the person will pass by like they've not seen it. Personally, I have seen dead bodies in Central Business District, taxi rank, MTN taxi rank, just recently. Dead bodies in the morning. Like someone is attacking you in broad daylight. So I want to take the chance to also commend the communal sense of Ghanaians. Because in Ghana here, if someone is even stealing a shoe and they shout Ojuloi, you see even all the people in the community trying to get the thief and making sure everybody is secure.
Okay.
But in South Africa, it's not like that. They are more individualistic than communal, which is a big problem.
We know other nationals, Nigeria, even those who are closer to them, Zimbabweans and all of that, have also been on the receiving end of some of these attacks. As you were leaving South Africa, what did you make of the country?
Okay.
Is it a country, because we have seen South Africa as the darling boy of Africa in terms of
it's not.
Whatever they went through, almost everybody in Africa, various countries came together to
give me the chance to explain something.
Go ahead.
There is a reason why Ghana had its independence first, and there is a reason why South Africa had its independence first. And I'll explain.
Last, you mean?
Sorry?
Last, you mean?
There is a reason why Ghana had its independence first.
Right.
And there is a reason why South Africa had theirs last.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, last.
One, Ghana takes education very seriously. South Africa has a lot of big schools, but the people themselves do not allow their brain to grow. A South African can go to school, but their ability to understand circumstances, apply wisdom, make prudent judgment, it's not there. The average Ghanaian with a junior high school certificate is more intellectually sound than a senior high school South Africa. I'm telling you on authority. Due to my 9 months in South Africa. 2, sense of community. 3, alcoholism. South Africa has certain sectors that are thriving, like sports. You can't take that away from it. But when it comes to communal life, like children of 13 years smoking weed, and of course, the law allows it. But when you look at the end product, that is why there is so much crime. The end product, they don't have a sense of community, communal living, and then alcoholism. How can you focus your whole life on drinking alcohol? A woman can sit and drink 12 bottles of alcohol within 24 hours. So if you are drinking alcohol, where then do you get the time to do economic activities? And which economic activity can you undertake when you are drunk? So at the end of the day, when you see someone from Kumasi, Tamale, Tadi, Nigeria, go there and is using their time to braid hair, do all these beautician or staff or any other job the person goes there to do. You say the person is taking your job. You are not engaged in any economic activity in the first place.
So that's why a lot of Ghanaians, in terms of, so we have teachers, barbers, hairdressers, beauticians.
And if you understand basic economics, people migrate because they see a gap.
Yeah.
Nobody, it's not like all people who are wandering are lost. Not all people wandering are lost. For me, people who know me, they'll say, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you not doing this? Why are you doing that? If I see a business opportunity, I would take it. So if people see that they can make profit from hairdressing, nails, or what have you, they will move into that market in that said region. It doesn't mean they are wandering or their country is terrible.
So basically, you're saying that, in quotes, as people put it, that they are, in quotes, lazy. Is that what some of them?
Is there a severe word than lazy? I have a friend in South Africa who is 40 years, has a daughter, has never worked before. He is more friendly to alcohol than to his own senses.
So for an ordinary South African, those you see on the street who are chasing you out, what do they do? What work exactly is it in South Africa that they do?
Okay. Of course, you cannot lump up everybody because, of course, there will be exceptions.
Yes.
But the average South African living in ghettos, what we call location, they don't want to work. That's the truth. We can try to mince words or try to be diplomatic about the situation because maybe we don't want people to be offended. But at the end of the day, the picture is clearer without spectacles.
Fifi, as we continue with that conversation, share with us, I'm sure you must have seen Jacinta and all the other gentleman, I don't know his name, who've been going around and sacking people. What have you thought about here and the whole movement? Is it March for March or something like that?
Yeah, March for March. But these people are not marching forward. They're marching sideways or backwards. All right, for example, if a society like South Africa can let someone like Jacinta, whose IQ is dropping to the freezing levels, to lead such important and illegal demonstration. Let's even assume it's legal. Will you allow Jacinta? Jacinta
what's your problem with her?
No, not personal problem. Her IQ is very low. When you listen to the arguments she makes, her submissions reeks of someone who has a gap in thought.
Do you think they are misinforming South Africans?
I think there is a deliberate attempt to brainwash South Africans. That's why I made mention of education.
Okay.
If you are in a society where the average citizens are a bit educated, it's difficult to throw certain dust in their eyes. It's easy to sway the sheep than to sway a goat because the sheep follows the shepherd. A goat is stubborn. So you need an averagely educated society to avoid some of these things. They don't like going to school.
Right. If you just tune in, this is Good Afternoon Ghana. We're speaking to Fifi, a Ghanaian who lived in South Africa and was part of the first batch that came in yesterday. And he's been telling us what happened in there. Did you personally witness any of the moments when anybody was attacked?
Yes, I was attacked 3 times.
You were attacked?
Yes, this is my phone. I can open my email and show you the first day I was attacked when I sent an email to the High Commission of Ghana. Yes, I was attacked 3 times, which I've made mention of. If you listen to my earlier interview in Pretoria at the High Commission, I was attacked. My first point of attack was in Joburg when I was going for the food.
Right.
Yes. My second was at the Jabulani Mall, which is in Soweto. It's in the Gauteng province. The third time was when I went to jog, and I think when I was coming back from the jogging, it started to drizzle a bit. And if someone knows South Africa very well, during these periods, in the mid-year, it's winter time.
Yes.
It's winter time. And the raindrops automatically increases the coldness. And these guys engaged me in a conversation, and unfortunately, I don't understand their language. They kicked me out of the shed into the rain. There are two words in South Africa when you hear you have to run away. First one I mentioned, which I wouldn't want to mention again. Yes. And then the second one is Abahambe. It means go to your country. So for them, it's not a matter of whether you are legal or illegal. But my point to them is that their aggression is misplaced.
Many have said that and of course you alluded to it, that from the way things have gone and the government's not exactly doing anything about the situation, so from the president, Cyril Ramaphosa, to the police, who even stand with them when some of these attacks happen, it means that it's an intentional thing to, do you believe that too?
Well, that is subjective.
Okay.
People can think it's sponsored by the government, but I also feel the government's hands are tied in some regard, because next year is elections, if I'm correct. And if you can take a very good look from 2007, you would see that it's a cycle. Whenever it's getting closer to elections, these things happen. And reading about the history of xenophobia, I realized that people rely on such machinations
to
win elections.
Julius Malema he's been speaking, and he's been saying that this is, he uses a lot of words, but not necessary. This shouldn't be happening. But I guess this is where we have come to. Whilst those things were happening to you, were you speaking with whom? Were you speaking to anybody in Ghana about it?
Yes. Okay. First of all, I channeled my grievances to the Ghana High Commission. Okay. And I want to state here, I can show you my phone, I can show you, I sent a message on Twitter to the Foreign Affairs Minister.
Okay.
And he responded, but who am I? He responded to me. It's here. He responded my text message on Twitter that I should check on His Excellency, Mr. Kwashi, and then take it from there. And when I got to the Ghana High Commission, I want to be very honest with you. They did extremely well. There is a woman called Miss Ikuya Frimpoma and her boss. The way they handled the situation was fantastic. I, for one, have always had doubt in government institutions. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I have always had doubts in government institutions. But for this particular one, I have to give it to them. They've been fantastic. And I even sent them an email, which I'll show to you.
Okay.
That I never had hope in
being able to come back.
I never had hope in Ghanaian institutions living up to such standards. So, honestly, standards have been raised. This is it.
Okay. So, you're still watching Good Afternoon Ghana as Fifi is trying to get that email that he sent, and he says he's been very impressed with how the issue has been handled by the mission in South Africa, and eventually the evacuation process and coming back into the country. Have you received your allowances yet?
Yes, everybody did receive their allowance. Okay. One commendable thing the government also did is taking an interest in the mental health of the old people Okay, maybe.
You didn't go for the support. That's
I am a gangster. I'm coming from the ghettos. How you grow up.
No, but it's also
this is
important.
the email. You can check where I was commending them. If you could even read, let me open.
Okay. This is why you say I want to take this opportunity to show gratitude to the Ghana High Commission of South Africa on how my xenophobic predicament was attended to and the deep passion with which all stakeholders at the Commission sought to solve my problem. I want to acknowledge that this single act of professionalism and internationalism has rekindled my hope in Ghanaian national institutions, contrary to my former belief. I want to thank the sector minister. He went on with the High Commissioner. Okay. Right. So I see this.
So, and look at the date. Look at the date.
That's 7th May.
7th May.
Okay. So, I was asking, did you speak to anybody in Ghana, like family, whilst?
Yes, I've always been speaking to friends and some good people I know in Uganda.
Okay.
Yeah. But when the incident happened, I kept touch most of the time with the High Commission.
The High Commission. Okay. Now that you're back in here, what's the plan for you? Is there going to be a time that you'd ever go to SA again?
No. Let me state this emphatically. No youth should go to South Africa. This morning, as I'm speaking to you, the school children in Cramfontein, they are protesting that foreigners should be kicked out. School children.
School children.
School children. I can show you the video on my status. School children in Cramfontein this morning. And the government did what this morning? The South African government, they came to disperse them with hot water. This morning, school children. Now the question is, how does a society inculcate hate into children less than 13, 14, 15? How does society inculcate hate into children less than 15 years to the extent that they would want their classmates kicked out of school? The South African economy is not great because they are doing all the right things. It's because people are bringing different skills, different products, different services. And if all foreigners leave, South Africa will collapse. And that is the truth.
Do you think there should be a reorientation of what Africa has done for South Africa as a nation?
No. I think South Africans are suffering from the outburst of the apartheid system they suffered. Regardless, it's been over how many years? It's been over 20 years since you took over your country.
Yes.
So it's enough time for you to have a deliberate educational attempt at making people understand that the plight of your citizens is not the fault of others.
How do they relate?
It's time to take responsibility.
How do they relate with the whites in the country?
No, they don't relate with the whites in the country like they relate to us.
Okay.
They don't relate, and of course, because these white people have guns. I don't have a gun. So if you come to my house, you have a chance. But they don't go to Sandton. They don't go to Orania. They don't go to Midrand. They don't go to Hartville. You'll be shot. They have bulldogs. They have Kaneko, so they have all these kinds of dangerous dogs.
So basically,
they are well armed and waiting for them. But they attack us, the low-hanging fruit, because we are easily accessible.
What did you bring from South Africa?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just
like,
experience.
You didn't. So in your
physical.
time there,
you mean physical assets?
Yes, like
No,
were you able to put things
nothing,
together?
nothing.
What did you leave there?
Furniture, TV.
You were renting?
Yes, I was renting.
Okay.
Furniture, TV, clothes, and cooking hot plate oven, stove. I had to give some of these things out.
You could even sell them out to get...
No, and I want to take the chance to say a big thank you to my landlady. She was exceptional. She's not xenophobic, but of course there will be exceptions. But the large majority of South Africans do not love themselves. Even intra-tribe, they don't love themselves. Then imagine if you are coming from outside. So for them to redeem themselves from this cancer, they have to be a deliberate attempt at educating their citizens that your plight is your responsibility. It's not the responsibility of a third party. And I think if that is done, their society might recover some way, somehow.
Back into Ghana, what are you going to do?
I have lost so much in terms of resources. I have plans to... I'm a soldier. I'm into football. I'm into sports business. So I would see if there would be other opportunities elsewhere.
To still play football?
Yeah, I still play football and I still understudy football, market and stuff like that.
Okay. So as for you, you're never going back?
Nobody should... Don't even talk about me. Nobody should go to South Africa.
I mean, for that...
Let me tell you a story. A minister of state. You are even talking about me who is coming from ghetto. I'm coming from the streets. I mean, my father is nothing. You know what they did to a minister of state? I've forgotten his name. A minister. He took an Uber and he mistakenly left his phone. I think he dropped the phone. And he called the Uber driver. The Uber driver ran away with the phone. So they had to chase the car and call the police. A minister of state from Ghana. I think he belongs to the former party.
Okay.
Then the guy said he would bring the phone after police was involved. You know, when the guy was coming, he came with, I think, some guys, and he had a gun.
He came with thugs and he had a gun?
Yes, and he had a gun. And if they can do that to someone more far powerful than me, what would they do to Fifi and Teba? You know what I mean? So these guys are dangerous. South Africa is a dangerous place. Please, if somebody promises you heaven on earth, of course, there are certain sectors in South Africa that are doing fantastic, like sports. It's doing fantastic. You look at their rugby, their soccer, you see, even if you check their national team, all their players are local players. Local players. That is a testament to the
infrastructure. Good.
That is a testament to their infrastructure and the quality at home, which I very much appreciate. But apart from that, the streets are dangerous. In South Africa, someone could be a contract killer. Do you know how much they charge? 300 cedis. I'm telling you, I'm not joking. I have a Ghanaian friend. I should have taken his number. I have a Ghanaian friend who was attacked. The guy paid the contract killer, the assassin, 300 cedis. So unfortunately, for the person who sent the guy to kill him, the assassin eats from the guy's house. So the guy is generous. You know, Ghanaians are naturally hospitable. Yeah. So when he sees the guy, oh, chairman, then he gives him, 50 rand. Chairman, he buys him alcohol. Chairman, he buys him cigarette. So he gives the guy money, not knowing the guy is an assassin, a local, low-level assassin. Then when the guy got to him, he said, yo, is that you? So you were the target. They sent me to come and eliminate you.
This is a movie you are telling me.
It's not a movie. I'm telling you about South Africa, Joburg, where you can wake up every day with a dead body in the Central Business District.
Okay, so all of this that you're sharing with us, for you, how does this change your experience of life, or how you see life, and does it change your affinity towards or your behavior towards people of other nationals, coming from?
No, it doesn't at all. I've been privileged to, because of football and sports, I've been privileged to go to a few countries in Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, Somalia even, Uganda, Namibia, Lesotho. I've been to some African countries. If I juxtapose the behavior of even, let's say, Somalis, who are quote and unquote the last country in Africa.
Yeah.
They don't behave like that. So the character of South Africa depicts some sick cancer that has to be eradicated. And I feel like this is the beginning because they have given a deadline of 30th June.
Yeah.
Can you sit down with all I have told you? Can you sit down and just imagine what 30th June will look like?
So you were telling me about the protest, and I'm just seeing it now that in Kraaifontein, as you mentioned, near Cape Town, about 700 learners from 2 schools are taking part in a riot, which has actually turned violent. And they are saying that foreign nationals should be removed from their schools and their countries and their country. These are learners. I mean, from the pictures I see here, as you mentioned, they wouldn't be more than 15 years. Wow.
How does a child of 15 years imbibe so much hate?
Okay.
Hate is taught. If you put one black kid and one white kid together, they will play. They will play with each other. They don't know, kids don't know skin color until an adult tells them.
Okay. Some of you, I mean, of course, some Ghanaians are still living in South Africa, and we just pray that they're safe. And then the second batch, as we heard from Fred Duho, will be coming. Final thing you want to say, and then we can wrap up. But thank you so much for coming and sharing your experience with us. You've actually taken our minds to South Africa to experience what you experienced also. Anything you want to add before we go?
Okay. The only thing I want to say is that the aggression of South Africa is misplaced. If they have a genuine concern, they should use state institutions such as the Home Affairs, Internal Affairs, and their immigration. Local people cannot mob up and take into their hands what state institutions are supposed to do. And there again, the manner in which they activate these things is really uncalled for. And I'm sure in the near future, someone is going to take them to court. That's a prediction I'm making, and the person is going to win. But safety is a prerequisite for a thriving economy. And in the near future, I wouldn't be surprised that South Africa loses their position as the biggest economy in Africa.
Thank you very much, Fifi, for coming. I'm seeing that Julius Malema is saying that Ghana's response was not necessary. Okay, I thought he was speaking for, or he was condemning what was happening in South Africa.
No, he was condemning, but remember, it's election season.
Right. And Jacinta also saying that the government is overreacting, bringing our nationals back home. Well, we'll leave it here. Fifi, thank you so much for coming. And I wish you the very best as you continue to go on and find a team. And, you're getting to understand sports in this country. Also, thank you for coming. And so this will wrap up on the show for today. Thank you so much for joining us here on Good Afternoon Ghana. My name is Desmond Okreku. So do well to follow us on all our platforms across social media. Enjoy the rest of our programs. We're back at 7 p.m. with Newsnight.
The tree of life is growing where the spirit never dies.
Anyone who visits the garden gets healing. You won't leave my garden without a touch of the Holy Spirit.
Madame Alberta Ekusika Addo of the Eden Gardens draws us closer to the roots of life and nature.
But to say, plants, no?
Yes, wakasa pa. You won't hear